I apologize about the wind blowing, but there's nothing I can do about it. So hopefully you can hear me and the wind doesn't bother you too much. Today is my garden tour day, so let's see what we have here. We have my peas here in the middle, if they make it. Hopefully they make it. It looks like the spinach is gone, but I have something I'm going to plant in that spot. But the lettuce is coming around pretty good. I got I watered them yesterday. I'll water them again tonight, I guess. But I got a few more days before I can start harvesting on that. And over here, potatoes looks like they're doing pretty good right here. I got them right here. And I'm watering the heck out of those too, so they produce some potatoes for us. And then down here, I don't know what these little pod things are that don't belong in here. I'll get all that out there, but I planted the caraway over here. I need to Google it and figure out what it's supposed to look like so I know when it comes up between it and the weeds. And then on this side, the paper says rosemary. And I don't know what rosemary looks like when it comes up either. So we'll have rosemary on this side and caraway on this side, but I gotta get all that out. And on this one here, I had fennel on one side. I lost my papers, and I think I have basil on this side. Basil and fennel, but as you can see, nothing's growing yet, but I gotta water that also. So, can you hear me okay? I hope so. The noise you hear is them working on their tractor, their blades. From the flood, they gotta redo part of the field and replant so they can make some money where it got ruined from the rain. It's very windy today. So, here's my onions. Not as windy on this side of the house. There's my onions that we got for free and I replanted them. I gotta get the weeds out of there though. And I got these onions here. Looks like something's been eating them. Probably the chickens. But that's okay. I really just want what's underneath the ground anyhow. And that's my onions. And I'll come over here to the real garden. Well, it's all real, but to the big one. Just wanted to stop in the tracks for a moment and remember all of the veterans, and maybe not, it's not Veterans Day, but it's Memorial Day, and those who fought in the war and died for all of us to be able to live a decent life, which wasn't really a lost cause, but it seems like it might be later down the road. But we need to just focus on God, because God is the reason we're here, and He'll take care of us even on a windy day. And I was just thinking while I was hanging clothes up today to dry that you probably can't even hear me from the wind, but I'm still going to say this, that we take for granted little things that God does for us. Like, I was using something to compare it with is my husband. I'll clean house all day while he's gone working and have it all nice and clean, and he just, it's not really him taking advantage of me or whatever, but he's not appreciative of it. He don't say thank you. What do you think God feels? All the things He does for us to keep us, give us another day to draw closer to Him. What do you think He feels when we don't thank Him for waking us up? We don't thank Him for the water we have. We might not have it sometime, we're going to be asking for God to help us get water. What are we gonna? What do you do? What does He think? What do you think He feels like when we don't even be appreciative that we have the air to breathe, and that we have legs to walk, even if it's one leg, and you not have to be in a wheelchair. And if you're in a wheelchair, you still have a heart that beats. We need to thank Him. Thank Him for those things, because man, He's given that to us, and He created us to be able to live like that, you know. So we need to be more appreciative, at least to our family, because God is why we're here. It feels so calm right now. That's nice. Today I'll be clearing this thingy off. It's a chicken tractor that's no good. I'll be clearing it off and putting that stuff away someplace. And we're going to put this chicken tractor over here in the big garden. And I'll show you where I'm putting it. This black weed barrier that's on the ground here, I'm going to be planting my Peter peppers for State Gardeners Contest. It's going to go right here on the end. I just tilled this up yesterday. We're going to cover that up with the weed barrier, and then put those Peter peppers in there. And then I put my chicken tractor I just showed you right here in the middle of all this area here. And then I'm going to grow okra on the sides of it. So I'm going to on the outside edge of that chicken tractor is going to be cucumbers. Now, as you can see, we have a lot of weeds in here, grass and stuff, which is going to be dug up and then tilled up. And here in the center, 20 foot, maybe 25 foot, I'm putting a gigantic star for America. I'm going to make this star, and inside the star, I'll be planting corn on the lines of the star. So it's going to have 5 big triangles with corn growing for the line of the triangle. And I'm going to put beans in 5 different kinds of beans: butter beans, black-eyed peas, navy beans, kidney beans, and pinto beans, kidney beans, navy beans, black-eyed peas, and butter beans. And plant that to grow on each stalk of corn to help keep the raccoons out of the corn. So I'm going to put 4 bean plants around each corn stalk, and so that I need space in between so that can all grow. And then on the outside edge, I'm going to have tomato cages with squashes built in there, and pumpkin and cute cantaloupe. So I'm going to have the star, and then have outside edge is going to be tomato cages with acorn squash, butternut squash, spaghetti squash, and I have cantaloupe and pumpkin. And in the middle of the star is going to be watermelon. It's an experiment so we can get corn. And if we can get pumpkins and squash, and cantaloupe and pumpkins and all that, that's going to be awesome. And then on the outside edge of the garden, around the star, is going to be, one side's going to be zucchini, and the other side's going to be yellow squash. So I got a lot to do in this area right here. Dig, 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 till it up, get my star made, get the corn in, get the squash in, get the beans in, and go from there. Let's come over here to my raised bed for my herbs. This here row is supposed to be thyme, but I'm not for sure what thyme looks like. So I think that might be weeds in there, but I'm going to work on it. This is supposed to be rosemary in this row. And I have some lemon balm left over from last year. I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to eat it though. Cook with it and stuff. This here is purple opal basil, which I don't see any in there yet. But I'm sure there will be. I just got to get the weeds out. And keep watering it. This here row here is dill. As you can see, there's some dill there, right here. And there's some dill there. And then here is my caraway. I'm I'm not for sure what caraway looks like, but I know this is a weed. Those things are weeds. This might be caraway. I'm not for sure. You tell me. But I don't want to pull too much out just in case it is something. This row here is German chamomile, which I know that's a weed. Because I see these in every row, so I know it's a weed. German chamomile goes in this row. This row here is basil. As you can see, I've got two basils. One's right here, and then the other one's right there so far. I gotta get the weeds out. That might be basil, but I think it's a weed. Okay, and then this here row here is lemon mint, and I think this is lemon mint. Both of those. And keep on going. Got weeds. It needs to get removed. This here is fennel. Looks like this is fennel right here. It looks like dill. I don't know if that's dill or fennel. I'll have to look them and Google it and find out what dill is supposed to look like compared to fennel. So they could be fennel. It's planted in there for fennel. This is lavender, which I don't know what lavender looks like when it grows, so we'll see. And this last row is sage. And I don't see any sage yet. There's another one of those remarkable weeds that look the same and real easy to come out to. So that's the herb garden. Now let's go see the tomatoes and peppers. And here's our plum trees. One day we'll have a bunch of plums to pick. And I'll plant some I'll make some jelly jams out of that. Here's our turnips. I started thinning them out over there. I still got a whole lot more thinning out to do here. My husband's gonna mow all this Johnson grass out today, hopefully. Okay, let's go check out these tomatoes and peppers and see how they're doing. Sorry about the wind again. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm so happy for my garden. I got big plans. I just want it to work. Here's our peach trees. I think I pruned that in there pretty good. You can see the peaches up in there. Hopefully you can. And here's, oh, you can see peaches right here on this tree. Lots of them. Last year we didn't get any peaches at all. Like the year before we had so many, it broke one of the branches off the tree. Yeah. Okay. Let me turn you around so you can see the peppers and tomatoes. Here we go. These 4 peppers here on the end are red night extras, whatever. And these are 2 red night extras. And then we have the yellow peppers here, green peppers here, butternut, sweet banana peppers here, the green peppers here. And I need to water these. This one here looks like it's dying. These are my jalapenos, and I planted 6 jalapeno plants there, which I got to water so they can grow. And then I got these tomatoes. I put the tomato cages on it to help hold down the black weed barrier, and they can grow up it as they grow. And then one tomato cage fell over, and I need to hook it down. But there's my tomatoes and my peppers. I'm so proud of it. Now if that black weed barrier actually keeps the weeds out of my garden where I put it, it'd be a whole lot easier to keep the weeds out of the garden when on the areas where I can't put the weed barrier. So that's my garden for now, and next Monday we can see what's happening with it, how much they've grown, and enjoy the next week's video. So I hope you have a wonderful day today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Ta-ta. Love you guys.